Today, I want to have a conversation that's personal, a little vulnerable, and probably long overdue. I want to talk to you about what it looks like to keep showing up for the things God has called you to do, even when you're navigating a chronic illness. Because if you've ever felt like your body was working against you, or you've ever wondered if God could still use you even when you're not operating at 100%, I want you to know that you are not alone. My name is Sydney Montgomery. I am a two-time six-figure Christian entrepreneur and Forbes 30 Under 30 honoree. I'm a TEDx speaker, and I speak to women and professionals across the country who are ready to redefine success, resilience, and purpose. And I am a person that lives with fibromyalgia, ehlers-danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disease, and an autoimmune condition. And that often means that my energy, my pain levels, my mobility, they can shift on me without warning. I've had seasons where I've been on stage delivering keynote speeches in front of hundreds of people, and then back in my hotel room, honestly in tears because I pushed through so much pain. I've had weeks where I've had major fundraising deadlines, conference prep, meetings stacked, and I'm also trying to manage flare ups, physical therapy, and sheer exhaustion. Just earlier this year, I remember traveling across the country while having a back spasm, landing and having to figure out how to navigate my conference schedule with finding a community acupuncture clinic so that I could maybe walk for the rest of the conference. But it was a conference I could not back out of because it was a major opportunity for our nonprofit. And I wish I could tell you that I always handle all these things with grace, but the truth is, it's been a wrestling match. There have been moments where I've thought, God, why would you call me to something that my body can't always keep up with? But over time, he's been teaching me something that has shifted everything. He showed me that showing up doesn't always look the way that I thought it did, and that's okay. I used to think that showing up meant perfect performance, 110% energy, back-to-back productivity, go, 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 get that to-do list done, always being on. But 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. That means my presence matters even when my capacity is smaller. Sometimes showing up is delivering the keynote and taking a nap afterwards instead of doing all of the mingling and networking that I would normally pressure myself to do. Sometimes it's telling my team, I can't be in that meeting today, but here's what I can contribute and prep you for. Sometimes it means that I don't get everything that I feel like I should have been able to get done, but that's okay. If you're living with limitations, whether they're physical, emotional, or mental, it's not about matching your old pace. It's about giving what you can today and trusting God to fill in the rest. And it's so important that I mention mental limitations as well, because I'm someone that lives with anxiety and depression, and that is just as real. If you cannot today, because of any mental health challenges that you're going through, that's okay. Give yourself grace. It does not mean that you are incapable. It does not mean that you are a failure. It does not mean that you cannot accomplish what God has called you to. Rest isn't weakness. It's an act of worship. For a long time, I only rested when I completely crashed. But now I do try to block off time for health and wellness, just like I would for a client or for a donor meeting. That might look like going swimming or working out once a week for you, or going on a walk. For me, sometimes it looks like, taking a moment to do some prayer and meditation, or it means using my infrared sauna in the mornings. That really helps me when my body feels really stiff, even if it means I can't just jump right into work in the mornings. I have to remind myself that even Jesus rested before the work was finished, and if the Son of God could pause in the middle of a mission, I think I can too without guilt. Rest is an act of trust. It's saying, God, I believe that you can carry the parts that I can't. I know I wanted to get this done by this date, and I know I felt like I had to get this done by this date in order to be accomplished. But God, I'm trusting that if that's the door that you have for me, and if that is a good gift that you have for me, that you will see that it can get done even as I deal with this limitation, even as I deal with this delay because I needed to take care of my body. And this one was the hardest for me because I like to achieve, but I've learned that I've also had to let people help me without feeling like a burden. When you look at Exodus 17, Moses couldn't keep his arms raised without Aaron and her holding them up. God could have chosen to give Moses supernatural stamina, but instead he chose to meet the need through people. And so for me, that looks like letting my team step in during a flare up, or allowing my fiance or my family to take tasks off my plate when I'm not well. Receiving help is not failure. It's often God's way of answering your prayer for strength. So if you take nothing else from this, remember to redefine what showing up means. Build rhythms of rest. You're not less valuable because you can't do everything. You're faithful because you're offering God your yes right where you are with what you have today. If this has encouraged you, share it with someone who's in a hard season or needs a reminder. And if you're looking for deeper support, whether you're navigating chronic illness or a big life transition or trying to build something without burning out, I offer coaching to help you grow at a pace that honors both you and your goals and your health. You can learn more through the link in the description. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more faith-filled, honest conversations like this. And let me know where you are in your journey. I would love to pray for you, pray over you, and I'd love to be part of the success and the growth that God has in store for you. I'm so proud of you.